people of YouTube. My name is Greg Hillerman from East Coast Angling Guides, and I'd like to welcome you all to my channel. This isn't the first video that I've got up on my channel. There are some others, but this is certainly the first video that I'm planning on promoting, and I think it's because it's about quite an important topic of angling, specifically in South Africa and in other parts of the world. So to start off my channel, I was going to have big fancy intros and all the rest, but I just couldn't wait for that nonsense. I felt that it was far more important to get this video and the ones that will follow out, even if they were fast and dirty, because holidays are coming up very soon, and lots of guys are going to be hitting the beaches, and I think a lot of this information is going to be very helpful to a lot of people, especially when I see some of the suggestions and advice that people are getting on social media about the topic, which is these amazing little machines, drones. These things are changing everything, and I thought it was important to put together this series from A to Z, right from the tackle, the lines, the traces, how to put it all together simply. Fishing does not have to be complicated. The more simple you can make it, the better. I've been doing this for a hell of a long time. Drones are fairly new, but before that, and even still to this day, kites, whatever I could to get myself attached to big fish. That's been my passion my entire life, and you can buy a drone, but you cannot buy the thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of experience that some of us have got from standing under the hot sun. So I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. Hopefully, if you listen to what I have to say, I can save you a lot of heartbreak and a lot of time, and get you to a point where you're fishing effectively. First of all, I'd just like to talk about drones just a little bit. It's an interesting topic at the moment. Lots of guys, lots of opinions. People saying guys who fish with drones can't cast, what. I'm not even going to get into that. Does it matter? Does it really matter? Who cares? The fact of the matter is there's some of us who are using these things now who have been fishing for a hell of a long time, and it's just a tool. This is just a tool. Just like braid is a tool, like mono is a tool, like a one reel versus another reel is a tool. It's just something you use for a specific purpose. So I'm not going to get into the guys who are anti-drones. It's completely. There were guys who are anti-slides. There were guys. There's always the antis. I don't really care about them. They must go back and sit in a grass hut somewhere, turn the electricity off, and go back into the past. The bottom line is they're here, and they're amazing. As I said before, the big thing is that you can buy this drone, but you can't buy the experience. And the reality is that lots of guys who are buying drones are doing so because they're seeing the big fish on social media that a lot of guys are catching, and they want a part of that action. And a lot of guys are going, well, look at all these new guys catching fish or fishing with drones, and really at the end of the day, who cares about that either? Why shouldn't new guys have this advantage if it's available to them? I think the important thing for them to know is to admit to themselves that they're new guys, and listen to the advice people like myself are going to give. Or even more importantly, if you don't want to listen to me, and someone else is giving you advice, please just go back and try see like how legit is the stuff, where's it coming from, because a lot of guys on social media have been fishing for 15 minutes, have caught 2 fish, and now they're fountains of knowledge. And a lot of the times I see the stuff they're talking about, it's it's poor information, and it's not going to help you. It's going to hinder you, believe me. So, my take on tackle for drones. First of all, let's go back to heavy tackle fishing in general. Before drones and before the resurgence of the whole kite thing, which happened a couple of years back, we all slid, and we were using the heaviest tackle we could, 6.0. Some guys went up to 6.5 maybe, and we got a lot of hardings. Okay, a lot of hardings from terrible fish. And the reality is that the reason all these giant fish have been landed in the last couple of years is because of the tackle we are now using. Okay, so what I don't get is guys who now have a drone and the ability to use whatever tackle they want, whatever thickness line, whatever thickness leaders. It's all available to you. You can do what you like, and I still see guys dropping baits for giant fish with 50-pound, 60-pound braid and tackle that you can cast with. In my opinion, it's stupid for many reasons. First of all, why would you want to? And if you want to go on about challenges and what, that's all fine and well. But then take that tackle and throw a bait for a challenge. Because the reality is, when you are dropping with a drone, a lot of the times you're not guaranteed a bite, but it's as good as. And invariably you're going to get bigger fish a lot of the times. And I don't think anyone's a hero with stories of fish they lose, to be honest. I personally hate losing fish. So the minute I got the kite story figured out, I started escalating my tackle. And I did get hidings. 250-pound steel is where we started, because 250-pound steel was indestructible. Well, it took me about 3 trips to figure out that, no, 250-pound seals for children. The fish out there have no respect for that stuff. I went to 450. 450 has done me well for about 5 years. Shortly after I started fishing with the drone, I found out that 450 sometimes doesn't cut it. And the same goes for hooks, and the same goes for leaders and braid and all the rest, and we'll go through all of that. But the long and the short of it is, I think that as anglers, it is our duty. It really is to, if you're going to target these giant fish, to use tackle that's going to enable you to land them as quickly as is humanly possible. For instance, the stuff with the tackle I'm using now, fish of 150, 160 kilos, you're landing in under half an hour. And I can see it when we release those fish, the difference between those fish that have been caught and landed within 20 minutes to half an hour to this exact same fish back on slide tackle, which would have taken 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on where you're fishing, and see the way that the fish release. There's a definite advantage to the animal, and at the end of the day, that has to be our greatest concern. What we'll do is we'll start with right at the beginning with the reels. This one's got no line on because I'm going to show you how to put the line on, how to attach the mono to the braid, how to attach the mono to the leader, how to make the correct wind-on leaders, how to make up a trace, what hooks to use, how to attach your sinkers to the trace. We can go through what baits and how to attach the baits, and the ethics of baits, because that's another story on its own, and how to attach all of that to your drone. Am I expert on drones? No. I've been fishing with drones for a couple of months now, but I've been fishing with kites, etc. for very, very many years, and to be honest with you, it's all pretty much exactly the same. There's some slight differences. The advantage over the drone is how effective it makes your time. As an example, we sat this last winter, sat for days on Wild Coast deep water points when the offshore was meant to be blowing, and the blackfins were jumping 250, 300, 350 meters out in the sardine bait balls, and the wind just never came. And that's when I knew I had to get one of these to make my own fishing more effective, and it has been highly effective. It's an incredible machine, if used responsibly, if used properly. So yeah, let's get on with this whole story. We'll start with the reels and the lines and how to put them all together. Check you there.